the fighting game community got fucked up bad. EVO is this huge annual fighting game championship grand tournament that's been a huge thing worldwide. There has been multiple EVOs, such as EVO Japan, for example, and of course, EVO Grand, the big OG EVO that's been going on. So we keep getting these yearly EVO tournaments, and because of how big and how grand these fighting game tournaments are, you would have fighting game developers and fighting game publishers come up to the stage and reveal fighting game news before everything. So yeah, it is kind of like E3 for fighting games alongside. However, when it came to the current situation, the EVO 2020 was canceled and was bound to be replaced by EVO 2020 Online, which is an entirely online streaming event where players can compete online. However, this was supposed to be the month of the EVO Online 2020 tournaments, right? Well, unfortunately, there were allegations brought up against Mr. Joey Quellar, and they were not pretty. I can't get into detail, otherwise YouTube would get stupidly anal all over it. However, ever since the allegations surfaced, there was quick reactions from NetherRealm Studio, Bandai Namco, Capcom, and the creators of them's Fighting Herds. As a matter of fact, these three developers and other developers have considered removing their games from the EVO Online lineup following the allegations. However, in quick reaction, EVO removed Joey Quellar as CEO of EVO due to the allegations. And of course, Joey did make a statement himself apologizing for the situation and apologizing for his actions that he did. And yeah, people are still angry at Joey Quellar, as not only did Joey Quellar had to be replaced as a CEO, but EVO 2020 Online was canceled, thus EVO was canceled entirely for this year. And we're gonna have to wait on EVO 2021. The new CEO of EVO is now Tony Cannon, and however, maybe EVO 2021 will definitely continue on with Mr. Wiz, who is Joey Quellar, out of the picture, as he's no longer CEO, and Tony Cannon already replaced him already. So yeah, things are not very pretty, and it's not going to hide the fact that EVO 2020 got canceled really bad. A lot of people are really upset at Joey because, one, he ended up ruining it for everyone. Obviously, he's the reason why EVO 2020 had to be canceled. He was the reason why EVO was getting such a shitstorm. And also, the Dead or Alive community is definitely having a field day with Mr. Joey because of a certain double standard that ended up coming in around here. So yeah, Joey can get exposed for doing the things he did, and yet when it came to an advertisement and a presentation for Dead or Alive 6, the whole stream in EVO Japan got cut off and say, oh, we're sorry, it doesn't reflect our core values. Like, how is that even fair in the first place? So yeah, the Dead or Alive community is basically jumping in and just literally roasting the crap out of Joey for what he did. And here we go, we got the core values shenanigans. And it's unbelievably ridiculous how you have fighting game developers and publishers deciding to self-censor themselves so that way they can be more able to have their game in the esports field more, and therefore, thanks to the popularity, end up on EVO. it's just borderline completely ridiculous that we have to kind of just self-censor our games, and yet this guy can do what? Oh my goodness. And yeah, that's where the Dead or Alive community was like, yo, what the fuck is up with this core value shit? So let's talk about the core values. And yeah, the Dead or Alive fans are just rightfully jumping in on Joey and just roasting the crap out of him. So Joey Quellar will not be, or that's how do you even pronounce his last name anyway? Joey Quellar? But anyway, Joey Quellar will be getting barely any sympathy, well, actually little to no sympathy whatsoever, because of what he did and the outcome of what he did, which ended up leading to the cancellation of EVO 2020. And everybody is just ticked off, rightfully so, at Mr. Wiz, especially the Dead or Alive community, which he had to basically cut off the EVO Japan stream because the Dead or Alive presentation didn't reflect the core values. I mean, seriously. This is ridiculous. It's not going to hide the fact that Mr. Joey Quellar ruined it for everybody. And there's no EVO this year. There was going to be an EVO online tournament. And this would have been the good way to have EVO and yet work with the current situation, but unfortunately that all had to be scrapped. It was just unbelievably devastating that EVO 2020 had to be canceled because of what Mr. Quellar did. And there's no EVO because of what that guy did. Now, there are some people who are anxious for the future of fighting games and the fighting game community, especially. And really, they are really concerned and anxious, and rightfully so, because this is just an entirely messed up situation that has led to the whole thing going downhill to the point where we have to wait for an EVO next year. So, yeah, things are not going very pretty, and people are just rightfully afraid of what's going to happen in the future of fighting games and the fighting game community. So yeah, so we have to figure something out here. However, we do have our other tournaments, such as the SoCal, NorCals, and there's Capcom Pro Tours, the Bandai Namco Esports Tours, if they're doing any, Arc System Works Sports Tours, there's the Dead or Alive Esports Tour. So yeah, there's plenty of other fighting game tourneys that can go online. That is, if they can pretty much improve their netcodes from left and right. And yeah, all it just takes is, hey, come up with improvements, great improvements for the netcodes, and you got yourself a good fighting game championship throughout the internet where people can compete online, and things can just work well with, as we'll deal with this current situation that keeps affecting the globe. As a matter of fact, we have an upcoming online tournament event, and that's gonna be this video's sponsor. Ladies and gentlemen, this video's sponsor.
Bobby Do 2020, the newly anticipated competitive game championship series, is sweeping the globe with hype. Friends and amigos, let me introduce you to Bobby Do 2020. Competitive 1v1 combat at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. Bobby Do 2020. No need for no specific location. You can compete from wherever the fuck you are. Bobby Do 2020 is everywhere, baby. It's online. Yeah! Bobby Do 2020. Hey!
Let us all see the list of games that will be showing up in the championships. Dead or Alive 6. 1v1 fighting with ninjas. Groundbreaking intense combat. One area to another area, and the bouncy titties. The bouncy fucking titties.
Hey man, we got the core values. We got the core values. Hey!
Samurai Showdown. travel back to feudal Japan, where steel clash, the swords will swing, and of course there will be blood. This, we will make sure we have Season Pass 1 and Season Pass 2, aka the Waifu Pass. That's right, we have a fair balance of fan favorites like Haomaru and Genjiro, while with Season Pass 2, we got Nina and Iroha. We are all gonna be horny on main tonight. SNK Heroines, Tag Team Frenzy. Because we all know that SNK makes the best waifu. You hear that, Capcom? Guess what? 2 versus 2. 2 SNK waifus versus 2 SNK waifus going at each other with power-ups and, of course, wacky items. That's gonna be insane. And have the characters dress up in wacky outfits. That's double the core values.
That's right! We got more core values where that came from! Hey!
Koi Koi Japan. Hanafuda playing cards. That's right. An old Japanese card game passed down from generations and generations in the land of the rising sun.
Oh yeah, we were gonna go ahead and do the Hanafuda from Clubhouse Games 51 Worldwide Classics, but they don't have the spectator mode. No, seriously! Added the fucking spectator mode! Fuck!
Fuck! Drug testing. Whose blood is the cleanest? Who is the most sober? And most likely, who can get away with it because they have the legendary weed card?
Hey, stay out of those steroids, guys. And most importantly, if you're doing the ganja, just check your state's local laws. If you need a weed card, get that weed card. Yeah, just get that.
The 1v1 ain't the only attraction to this big epic 1v1 championship. Ladies and gentlemen, guess what? We got guest performances from no one. And we have surprise reveals about gaming news from no one. And we absolutely have guest appearances from absolutely fucking no one.
Bobby New 2020! Bobby New 2020! Bobby New 2020! Hey!
The golden opportunity for you to show off your skills, to rise and shine, is right around the corner.
Hey man, we got Bobby New 2020! Bobby New 2020! We got the release date! Hey, come on, we got it coming out! We got the date coming out! We about to go live! Everybody go 1v1 each other! We better go straight by! Yeah, let's go! 1v1, baby! That's right! It's Bobby New 2020! Hey! Bobby New! Bobby New 2020! Hey!
With EVO 2020 being canceled this year, however, this wonderful, interesting new fighting game tournament will show up out of the blue and definitely continue the flames of the fighting game community. And why is the phone ringing? Hey, what's going on? What do you mean it's Cam? There was no financial... They were not financially prepared, so the whole thing got shut down. Really? Well, that's great. That's really fucking great. Well, so much for my sponsor money. God damn it. The fuck? God damn it. God damn it. This is fucking great. So much for sponsorship money. Because the big fighting game tournament that's gonna come up and continue the flames of the fighting game community is no... God damn it. I am not making any more fucking deals with fucking Bobby Doo. I am fucking done. Anyway, that's all, and I will be looking forward to you in the next video. Peace out. Later.